What a beautiful day today. What's up, YouTube? Oh man. Welcome to another Skateboarding Beginner number 271. Yeah, man. It's gonna be all 90s today. So anyway, today I'm gonna talk about a little bit of so I went to a skate park the first time. I mean, to go skate anyway. The 4 Down skate park in Dallas. Saturday. So today's Thursday. And man, right here, my leg right here inside, can't believe it, man. I was sore till like yesterday, like around Tuesday or yesterday, really. It finally went away. I think I feel a little bit of it today. So I'm very happy, you know. I got my skate rat back, but man, there's a negative side to it. Because for the last, since I've been back, I haven't been sleeping that many hours. You know, like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Finally went to sleep last night on Wednesday, early, because I was finally burnt out. Because what happened, I was so excited. I wanted to go back to the park on Tuesday, but I could barely walk, you know? So I couldn't go there. And then I was gonna go today. Actually, yesterday, Wednesday, I was gonna go do the skateboarding at night number 2 up here, but I was tired, man. Didn't have enough sleep. I've been sleeping like 3-4 hours the most. Been waking up like 6 in the morning, you know. Well, today I got up kind of late. It's 10 o'clock right now. But yeah, so I got my skate rat back, but fucking cars. Yeah, I got my skate rat back, but man, I'm so excited now. Like, I never been this. I don't even think I ever felt this excited about skateboarding, even when I was younger, you know. I just knew like to get up and go skateboard, and my legs are awesome, and everything's perfect, popping big ass ollies and everything, and just enjoy life, you know. But now I enjoy it even more as I get older, and so so then my sister was telling me, you know, just take it easy, you know what I mean? I guess it's kind of like getting a new girlfriend or a new boyfriend or whatever, right? You're like talking all night on the phone, and you know what I mean? Lose sight of time and no sleep, and go to school and you're tired, sleeping in school and class, and but it's different, you know? Because when you're messing with people's lives, you know, there's two ways. But when you do it for yourself, you find a love for yourself, a hobby or sports or whatever, like drawing, painting, music, whatever, you're in the zone by yourself. And it's just you know? Only one that can hurt you is you. So that's what I did, man. But there's nothing I can do, you know what I mean? Like, when you're excited, like I am right now about skateboarding, it's like, oh man, can't sleep. Like, eat good. Been eating too much, actually. Had a stomach ache last night. My stomach was hurting. Yeah, because like I was eating too much. I'm just too excited, man. Eating real good. So yeah, that's about it, man. Just letting you know, sometimes when you find your passion, and the passion's too high, you know, it's too big, you can't control your body, and you don't get enough sleep and everything, and that's what happens. Yeah, my sister and my brother-in-law, they already went to the fitness center, you know, in the morning. So I need to get up and get inspired, you know. So I think I need to do more of my dog walk. My dog walking. So let's go down, dog walk. Oh! Yeah, roll in. Roll bike. Okay, dog walk. The basics of all basics. Maybe you can practice on flat first. Wants to go down this way, the driveway. See? Man, I used to walk like this. I wonder if I can even do it still. Probably not. Oh! Yeah. I used to dog walk like that. Like this. I guess I'm back to the regular dog walk. They say when you get older, the vertical leap is the first to go. Tired already. Break. Yeah, my hemoglobin, which is the blood level, I think it's in 9. It's probably 9 right now. It's kind of like a battery, charging a battery, you know, in a car. Battery should be around 12 volts. But when you charge, it's around 13 to 15 volts. Normal person should be around there. 13, 14, 15. Your blood level. So when your blood is low, it's a different tire. It's not like tired from doing exercise, but just tired, like just out of breath, out of energy, because there's not enough blood in my body, you know. So right now my blood is probably 9. Like I said, normal should be around 12, minimum 12 for a normal person. But mine like 9 right now. I remember one time I went in the hospital, I was 3.5, 3.5 my blood level. The nurse looked at me like, "You still alive?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "How?" I guess my body was so used to having low blood that I just kept on fighting, you know? Fighting. Like people get shot or stabbed, how they bleed out. And we have the will to live, you know? We survive. Yeah, and that's what happened, you know? Until I couldn't do it no more. So I finally went to the hospital. Well, plus I had an infection in my stomach. That didn't help either. But I'm gonna fight on, man. Like Shawshank Redemption, you know, you crawl through that tunnel of shit to get to the end. Like I see the end already. I see me like dropping in a vert ramp. I see me like you know, doing a lot of things. But I need to work on it. You know, as long as I can. But because of my blood level being low, I have to take breaks like every 2-3 minutes. I take a break, and then I have to take a break for like 10 minutes. You know, I mean, it's doable, you know, but I mean, what can you do, right? If you got $2 to eat, you got $2 to eat, right? Or $1 to eat, you got $1 to eat. You know what I mean? You can't say I got $10, you got $1, right? You gotta make it the best of it. And so the way the blood works is your kidney sends a signal to your bone to tell your bone marrow to produce this thing called epogen, which is a red blood cell. You know, when it's low, it goes down, tell them, hey, we need more blood, you know, more blood, more epogen. But then, you know, sometimes you could take like iron and stuff like that if you have like thin blood and shit like that. But then you get constipated, you gotta take stew softener, you know, all kinds of shit. You take one medicine, you gotta take 2-3 more after that. So I'm trying to keep it natural, you know. But I know, so I know what my body is. I've been through this, you know, long time. So, but at least my blood pressure is under control, which is good. I used to have high blood pressure, low blood level. Like the high was in the wrong place, the low was in the wrong place. You want low blood pressure, high blood level, which was opposite. So there's no excuse, you know. That's what I love about skateboarding, man. It's just you and your skateboard, and whatever you want to do, it's up to you. You want to spend a lot of time on it, just do it. That's the only way to get good. There's no secret to skateboarding. You know, only way to get good is just to ride. All right, let's get back. I'm getting wheel bites. Can't roll straight down. I got practice a lot of things, you know, just rolling without getting wheel bites. Don't do that. We get mosquitoes out. Got bit twice. twice, baby. Good. Pretty good. Shut up here. Morning.
Morning.
That was too bad. Whoa. You got hung up right there. With a bigger crack. The good thing about doing this is I don't have to push. Now mosquitoes itching. Switch drop in and go up backwards on the dog walk. See? Tire ready. We'll be taking many breaks. Yeah, you can be seeing a lot of breaks. Got like a little handful of peanuts. I know I'm not supposed to have too much potassium. These are potassium. Got like 4 ounces of ice cold orange juice. Because I need any breakfast this morning. Because my stomach was bugging me, you know? It was hurting. Yeah, man, you see a lot of breaks. But you know what? Little skating and break, little skating and break. Hopefully, it'll lead up to more and more strength and stamina, you know? Feel a little bit better after you ate those little bit of peanuts and a little bit of orange juice. Yeah, food's probably like maybe 10% of what's happening for me. But 90% is because my blood is low, my blood level. And I can only go a couple minutes and then rest. 5-10 minutes. skate again, you know. Doesn't help either. I'm getting bit by mosquitoes and itches. So I got that crap. Yeah, man. So I'm just gonna practice used to ride my board because I put different trucks on there, and what happened was I was turning too fast. That's why I was getting the wheel bite. So I have to turn like, you know, like not like that, like slowly. The reason I like that is because it will keep me on the center of the board, you know. Center as in not long ways. Well, long ways is easy because you got the bolts, the hardware. You can just put your feet on top of the hardware. But this way, was it lateral? Oh no, horizontal. So lateral, you got the bolts, and horizontal, you got the bolts too, but you have to be on exactly on the bolts. You can't go to the left or to the right, or that thing would just wheel bite you to death. And that's a trick to itself, you know. But most of the new beginners, they just want to do like slappies, crooked slap. Like they ride the curb, they don't do like crooked slappy, feeble to hurricane, to shit like that. People that ride flatland, they want to do like shove it, front side shove it, you know, backside shove it, nose shove it, tail shove it, fakie shove it, switch shove it, stuff like that. And then those more ambitious. Those more ambitious want to do like kick flips, heel flips, nollie heel flips. And those that really want to be ambitious, 360 kick flips, hard flips. So I love skateboarding, you know. There are many levels you can go about. You could be as simple as me, just loosen the hell out of your trucks and just try to ride without falling or getting wheel bites. Or just do a little drop-in, switch drop-in, stuff like that on the driveway. And that's what I love about skateboarding, man. When I look out here, you know, I see like the basics, you know. I see like every little kid that, you know, started skateboarding. This is what they see every day, you know. Especially back in the day when there's no skate parks. Like, you know, like Mike Mullally and stuff, he would just do, you know, street plants, stuff like that, you know, on the sidewalk, and using walls to balance himself up, and jumping off walls and trash cans and shit like that. It just sucks sometimes, you know, like when you see these pros and then they just forget like how good they have it. And I guess I understand, because, you know, sometimes life happens and you gotta like sell your soul to survive. But nah, for me, never been bought, never been sold, guaranteed. You know. Skateboarding, that's all I need, that's it. It's in my blood, you know. Like I said, skateboarding is in my blood. There's nothing that could take that blood away. Well, limited blood. There's nothing can take that away from you, you know. When you have the skateboard skills, nobody can take that from me. No one can buy skateboarding skills. Just like any other skills, you know. But I'm just talking skateboarding because that's all I know. You know, skateboarding is my life, my bloodline, my everything. So I got a lot of goals. So every other day we can just come out here and ride this, do these little basic things. And on Saturday, go do some pumping on the vert ramp. And yeah, it's funny, man. Like, I know, like, I don't have the biggest calves, but I never noticed that. I was watching some videos, and some of these guys, they would go to the skate park and do all these tricks, right? like the basic tricks, you know, shove it, kick flips and heel flips, nollie flips, shit like that, 360 flips and all that. And then when I noticed like the calves, it's like my arm, man. There's like no, like say there's a leg, the back of your leg. There's no, they didn't even have this. How little this is? It was straight up like freaking, like flat, man, like Jack Skeleton. So that tells me right there, that person just goes out and like get in the car, drive to the skate park and do their thing. How do you build your calves? Pushing, right? Pushing, walking and all that. So, you know, when you ride for a long time, you ride in the street, right? Your calves get big, and that helps a lot. I used to love skateboarding to the skate park when I was living in Fulton, California, and I would push like, that's how I learned how to push switch. I would push switch all the way, and then ride park and then push switch back all the way home. For like, you know, it's like a mile from, I was living in a warehouse in Fulton, and yeah, man, you need to build those calves up, and you could tell like the style of people skateboarding, you know. You can tell if they're park skaters or not. First of all, by appearance, right? Like I said, most of them wear pants anyway, so you can't see their calves. If they do wear shorts, keep an eye on their calves. If their calves are like my arm, like this, that means they just go to the skate park and skate to the skate park. Because the skate park, depends which one. Most of them have a quarter pipe and a bank ramp stuff on the other side. So you just usually go up there, you roll down the quarter pipe, or roll down the bank or drop in the quarter pipe, and you go up, do a board slide on the thing or ollie manual, whatever, and you know, and then go to the other side and hit up another bank or quarter pipe, come back, do the same thing, you know. I mean, they push and stuff, and the surface on the skate park is very, very smooth. You can see a lot of them when they fall, they just slide, right? But on the street, you can't be doing that shit. If you fall, you gotta roll. There's no sliding, man. You like roll either backwards or forward. When you roll backwards, you pick yourself up like a handstand and jump back. Or if you roll forward, you just tumble, put your shoulder down, left or right shoulder, and you roll with it. Because the force, the energy, doesn't stop, you know what I mean? That's how people get hurt. They try to stop and then boom, break something. So you gotta go with it. You gotta roll until it's like when you drive a car, you can't just see a red light and right? Even you slam your brake, you're still sliding. You know? What you do is you kind of pump, right? Slow down, slow down. So the same thing with skateboarding. The faster you go, the more you need to learn how to fall, you know? Anyway, that's another. So this guy, Seeker One, just to your question. I answered him back already, but you know, when you start talking comment, it's kind of hard. You know, he told me I should do some reaction or some kind of video on like, you know, older skateboarders. Actually, my Thrasher magazine review is kind of like that, and my skateboarding knowledge is kind of like that. So I got already two series that I talk about stuff, you know. So I don't really want to talk about anything that much, especially when you talk about somebody, because you know, here in America you can get sued very easily. They call it was it like defame? Some shit where you talk bad about them or make them look bad, right? Without proof or facts, right? Defamatory or something like that. So you can get sued for that shit. A lot of people getting sued for that shit. You know, I don't need to be getting into like any drama. Plus, I rather come outside, try to ride my skateboard, get myself, you know, strong and and push out like sorry, push out the positivity, you know, and help out the community and everything. Because I don't see not really any positive, too much positive coming out of reacting video or talking about somebody. So most likely, yeah, I mean, it's a good idea. Thanks Seeker One for that idea, but yeah, it's not for me, you know. Because I remember that guy Glacier, his name Glacier, the guy from Australia. He used to be on Braille. You know, it has that thing that says, I love skate. Anyway, he would try these different formats, you know. He'd go out like live stream, like on Hollywood Boulevard, or he'd show up at skate park and stuff like that. And now, not most, or even all his videos are all reacting, you know. Reaction video, because you could just wake up and do that. And see, that's kind of similar what happened with me in 2005. So 2005, there's no YouTube. I think YouTube came out 2007. So I went to this contest, the Damn Am in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. That was the last big contest I went to. And all these big corporations started coming in, you know. Nike, PlayStation, Ford, and all that shit. So, because I love skateboarding so much, it affected me, you know. These big companies coming in and, you know, taking advantage of skateboarding and just making money off of it and shit. So I got really bitter. And that was pretty good still. I was still outing old like a skateboard standing up back then, 2005, 20 years ago. I could drop invert ramp and all that shit still, you know. So right after that, you know, well before that even, I was making like videos and shit. I would film other people at the skate park and everything. I made these videos called Free Skateboarding, because like I wanted to free it, you know, like free, not free giving it away for free, but free skateboarding in general, you know. So I made like 5 of them, and I really got caught up into it, like I was gonna make a big difference, right? You know, most people don't give a shit. They just want to know like where I could get the cheapest skateboard, you know. You know, they don't care about like supporting any companies. If skateboarding takes a shit like they did back in 1992, they wouldn't give a shit, you know. So yeah, everyone's just coming in, just like, let's say you went to some place like a church where they give out free food, and the lady comes out with a big basket of fresh baked bread, right? And the only thing you see is hands like reaching in, right, until it's empty. That's what I felt like skateboarding was back then. And it really made me bitter, you know. And the only one that suffered was me. I'm the only one that suffered. So then 2021, 4 years ago, I really tried to get back in. 2019, 2020. When I was 48, 2019. When I was 49, 2020. And in 2021, when I was on my 50th anniversary, I was like, all right, I gotta do it for real this time. So I've been doing it since. So this is 271. Over 4 years, I'm still back to where I am. But more focused, you know. My knowledge have grown. My skateboarding, physical-wise, trick-wise, has stayed the same. But my mental and everything is grown drastically. I'm trying to use like big words, you know, like try to make it sound like I'm smart. Drastically. My knowledge has grown drastically, right? Drastically. I gotta know how to spell, you know, because all English word is translated in my language, in my Laotian language. So I have to translate it quick, like nanoseconds. And if I don't know how to spell it, I can't translate it or say it. Lost my thought. It's just like, I don't know. It's so relaxing, right? So like peaceful, fresh air, beautiful weather. Got my skateboard. What else I can ask for, you know? Got something that I really, really, truly, truly love 1,000%. It's all about battling my mind, you know? Getting everything like focused. As far as where I'm going with my skateboarding, I wouldn't. I know people probably say, "Oh, your career is over." You know what I mean? Your career is over. Go check the wanted ads, right? No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about from now till God takes me away. What I want to do, you know. That's what I want to do. I want to skateboard as much as I can, you know. And I've never been any happier than I am now with skateboarding. So anyway, yeah. So all that bitter and everything, water under the bridge. It's 2025. Skateboarding is like stable. You got so many different outlet. You know, you got Jackalope, you got X Games, you got Mountain Dew, Street League, Tampa, you know, like all that shit. And then you got the Olympics. And you got a lot of female skateboarders coming in. A lot of like older guys going out to ride, you know, to go skateboard. So my favorite skateboard videos right now is just beginners. I don't know, I guess because I can relate to it. I just love watching beginners video, you know, like they're struggling to do like a rock and roll fakie on the quarter pipe, or dropping in like a 2-foot quarter pipe, or trying to do a board fly on a little rail, you know what I mean? Like the beginning is always interesting for me, you know. Like we should look at it as like a journey, our journey, right? Like how when we're born, we're like a baby. Our journey starts when we start walking, right? So you start crawling, right? When you start walking, then you start running, start jumping, then you like. Then after that, it's just, those don't impact that much. But for me in the beginning, you know, learning how to push, you know, learning how to stop. That's it. Just push and stop. That's probably like, for me, is like 90% of skateboarding. You know? Pushing and stopping. That's it. It's kind of like driving a car, right? Once you hit the gas, you hit the brake, and then after that, it's just, it depends on how much money you have for gas, right? You could drive from Texas to New York City, into Canada, go all the way to freaking Alaska or whatever, if they let you. I mean, unless it's snowing. The roads are icy. Same thing with skateboarding. Once you learn how to push and stop, everything's just little minor. You know, you want to do ollie? Just practice ollie all day. It took me, believe it or not, like 2 years to ollie up a curb. Yeah, 2 years. I mean, I didn't really, you know, in the 80s, we didn't really like, you know, we didn't have social media, we didn't have internet, we didn't have, the only thing we had is like a Thrasher magazine and like VHS tapes, right? That comes every like 1 or 2 years. And if you see it, if you live in a small town like I did in Clovis, New Mexico, which is like 32,000 people, we don't have no skate shops, no nothing, right? So you have to go to either Amarillo, Texas or Lubbock, Texas, in the mall where they have like a big skate shop where they play the skateboard video, right? It's the only way to watch those things. But otherwise you get like a Thrasher magazine and you look at the pictures, right? Because back then it wasn't digital camera, it was regular film. So their sequence were like, you're lucky to get 4 sequence, you know, per shot. Most of them are like 3 shots, like most of them, because they don't want to waste the film, right? If you keep falling, you know. You know what I mean? Like each row is like, I think $5-6, right? For a 36, what is that? 36 film, whatever millimeter they call it, like a Kodak. So we weren't like how to ollie, you know, how to do a pop shove it, how to do a 360 flip. So back then we just like get up. My friend, he was like my friend Richie was like 3 years old. I mean, 3 years younger than me. He was all like more skate rat than me, right? I was in my high school and it's probably like 16, 17. He'd come in the morning, knock on the door like 7 in the morning, that fucker, especially on the weekend. He'd come knock on the door like 7 in the morning. Let's go skate, let's go skate. Like, oh, fucker. All right, let me get my shit. All right. And then we just skate down to downtown or to the mall, wherever, you know. And we just skate in the parking lot till like nighttime, right? Doing board slides or whatever, you know. And be all hungry and shit. Get home, eat like peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And then yeah, that was it. So the trick just came, you know. Like a kickflip just came. It's not like I sit there for hours and hours trying kickflips, right? It would just come because from pushing around town and just doing basic ollies and stuff like that. Because remember, every trick is just an extension of an ollie. That's it, a kickflip. Every kind, it's just an ollie. It's ollie trick. But if you don't have your ollies down, that's why you see a lot of people the tricks are ugly, you know. Like if you can't ollie more than like 20 inches, you know. If you want to get good, look, you're talking maybe like 26 inches, somewhere around there. That's where you want to be, you know, when you're ollie wise, to do tricks. That you may make it look good, but you know, that's my opinion. So, but that's, you could just tell, right, when people would like have that shit. When they do the trick, you can see it pops like nice, you know. But yeah, man. I have all that knowledge in my head, but my body is like 0, you know, level 1. But I know what I need to do, you know. I need to just skate, that's it. There's no secret in skateboarding, you know. Sometimes you hear like, oh man, that kid's only like 5 years old, man. Look at all that shit he's doing. Yeah, he's 5 years old, but he's probably skating like 5 times, you know, 5 times a week, 5 days a week, like 4 to 8 hours a day, right? And then you could be like 32 years old, and you only skate like once a weekend, maybe when you get off work or whatever, or when you have kids or whatever, and you got free time, and you only got like 1 hour, 2 hours to skate. Right? That kid's gonna blow you away. I mean, of course, plus the kid have all the energy and all the no caring in the world, you know? So right now, that's how I feel like. Like, I feel like that kid, you know? No caring in the world, everything is like set, you know what I mean? As far as my life, everything is like going great. The only problem, you know, like my stamina's low and stuff like that, and I need more practice. That's all it is. But you know, the secret is, even though I said there's no secret in skateboarding, you know, always have fun. That's why I was telling you, you don't see me have fun, you see me quit. You know, if you see people stressed out, trying to battle a trick for like hours and hours and throwing their boards and shit. I hate that shit, man. Or when somebody land a trick, they get so excited they just shoot their board out. You don't know where that board's gonna go, right? It's gonna go out in the street, hit some car, it's gonna hit some window, break some windows, it's gonna maybe hit one of the guys, one of your homies sitting down. You know what I mean? That's dangerous, man. It's all about like self-control too, you know? That's what's great about skateboarding, self-control. Like you control yourself and you control the board. Or you see people like just throwing their boards or breaking their boards and shit like that. To me, that's baby shit, you know? I see videos like that, I just turn away. That's why I love watching beginners videos. You know, because they still have their head straight. You know, once people start getting good and everything, they get a big head and then they start like, you know, trying to be badass, you know, like trying to be some character that they're not. You know, like I remember the part with Anthony Van England, he kept like, I think it was an Alien Workshop. He kept bashing the side of his board on a concrete wall. Throwing his board on the stop sign and all that shit. And it's funny because he's like a Christian too. Because I remember I saw him in a Christian outreach in 2001 in Tempe, Arizona. With Richard Moulder, Ray Barbee. You know, it was like this church thing. And he has this thing too, like on his tattoo, like a writing, you know. For I shall walk the valley of death, I should fear no evil. You know, shit like that. I mean, like, you know, that's why I changed my logo to this, you know. But then we got, if you're gonna represent the cross, man, you gotta like, you have to be good examples, you know what I mean? Like, you have to, it's like, when people watch you, they're gonna be like, I don't wanna be a Christian. I'd rather be fucking with Satan than that dude, right? A lot of people do that, man. You know, they get into, like that Arnett, that boring Arnett guy, you know? I was watching his video yesterday. Like, you know, he's supposed to be like a Christian and shit now. I guess because they said he was hanging out with Paul Rodriguez, the guy from, you know, Primitive. I guess he became Christian, but you know, he made a video. It's pretty good. I gave him like some comments and shit. Then I saw a video of him yesterday. He was saying that he was at the Planet Fitness, and he was like doing like a prank and shit. And he was trying to stay as long as he can. They didn't kick him out because of that. They kicked him out because he brought out one of those electric frying pan. Started cooking eggs and bacon and shit inside. And he's like, I'm not harming no one. To you, yeah, you're not harming no one, right? To you. But you are harming people, because what if somebody like Muslim people, right? You know, they can't eat pork, right? You know what I mean? They smell that shit. You know what I mean? Not even that, but who wants to go exercise and smell food inside? You know what I mean? Like, and maybe some vegans, right? People like vegans, they don't eat eggs or, you know, meat. Yeah, you're offending, you know? Just like when you go outside, just like here, you go out anywhere, here. See, even out here, right? Sometimes you don't think so. See all those houses with windows? You don't know, but somebody could be watching you right now, you know? Could be watching me, you know? Especially out in the world, when you go out in the world, there's like at least 3 people watching you, you know? They're sitting in the cars and shit. So that's what made, me, when I went blind, you know, I don't have no peripheral vision, so sometimes I'll be walking, if I don't look down, I'll kick a curb and it'll like trip, and I'll just like hop around like I'm dancing, right? Like I'm doing it on purpose. Because it's not the thing doesn't hurt me, it's the embarrassment, you know? You know what I mean? Or like I walk and run into like a fire hydrant. I mean, that one hurts a little bit. Especially when the cap is like facing you. Give you a big ass dent on your leg. But the embarrassment hurts more, you know? Remember a long time ago, I used to, when the thing says cross, I would jump my board on and just go across the crosswalk, you know? But then some streets have big ass potholes, right? I remember I hit one of those and I just slid across like a fucking like a scorpion, man. And never done it again. I would always walk across the crosswalk now. Yeah, these people stopping 4 ways. Seeing this guy sliding across on his chest. I'm sure they made their day, but back then, no one really had cameras, you know. Well, otherwise I would have been I would have been on a viral video, you know. Yeah, so they're here, they're here, they're here. My white hat. My white hat. Bên đây đây. Người là Thái á. Việt Nam bỏ. No. Nothing yet. เข้าไปทุ่งฮ้อน So they already went to do the fitness and back. This whole time. I only pumped twice up and down the driveway. Poser! Look at that. Good shadow already, man. It's 3 o'clock already. That's how it is, man. Get lazy. So I went inside to get some lunch, some sticky rice and some beef jerky. And I ended up watching like some Thai from Thailand, skateboarders. I guess those longboard, those gyrating boards, it's pretty big down there. They have like a pump track. It's pretty crowded. There's a pump track there. It's pretty crowded. You pay money for it. It's crazy how big skateboarding is. You see like a lot of no-name brands, you know. Like, you know what I mean? People get like this brand called Enough. They made like bolts, like hardware, and shit like that. Wheels. Then there's a skateboard called Produce, like a produce supermarket. Yeah, so it's pretty crazy, man, how big skateboarding is. So I was watching, it was like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, now it's 3 o'clock, like 5 hours. Almost 5 hours I've been sitting there freaking watching skateboard videos. You know, just, I don't know. I just love everything about it, you know. But then it's like, my brother-in-law is like, how are you gonna get good? You just sit there and watch them do it. I'm like, yeah, well, I should have go outside and try to do it myself, right? So here we are, man. And when I get out here, it's like, just want to kick it in the shade, you know. Listen to some music and shit, you know. It's whatever. That's how skateboarding is, you know. Whatever it goes. So I was thinking, I don't know. Let's do a couple more drop-ins and some more dog walking, I guess, because this video is called Dog Walk. So, where my dog's at? Gotta show where my dog's at. All right, let's go. Yeah, I need to come out here and ride more, you know. Seems like every day I just come out here and bullshit, you know. Don't do nothing. Just bullshitting, you know what I mean? That's what I do best. Bullshitter. You can't bullshit the bullshitter. So I was just watching them carve and shit, man. Just, I mean, I don't know. I just didn't feel like I was there, but then it's like, and then when I come out here, it's just me, you know. Me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I, boy. Alright. Let's go. What should we do? We cruise it. Do some wheel bonk. Oh! Hit a rock. Freaking rock. Nah, it wasn't a rock. It's a freaking wheel bike. I pushed too hard on the right. See? Too hard on the right. Can't do that. Gotta get on just perfect. It's perfect. Skateboarding the hard way. We don't do it the hard way, we do it no way. No way but the hard way. That's what happens when you ride loose trucks. I didn't see the curb right there. I needed that slam. You know? What a fool. How high can you ollie, dude? Way off today. I needed those slams, man. I've been scared to like fall down for the longest time. Now that I've fallen like twice, feels good. Feels like I accomplished something. Yeah, I need to fall more, you know? I can tell you've been hurting by the look on your face, girl. Need a love, what you doing? Pretty awesome. I just need to ride more, that's all. You know? Tired already. Break time! People probably saying, why you ride the trucks that loose? Why not? You know, I'm always a big Kung Fu fan, you know? Like 36 Chambers, how he was jumping. You go across to go to lunch, to get lunch. There's a water thing and there's like 3 pieces of log and you gotta jump on the log and then jump over without getting wet. And if you get wet, you have to go back, dry your clothes, where you have to jump over until you make it, then you dry your clothes, and then you can't come in until your clothes is dry. So by then the food's all gone, you know? So what he did was, he's like, fuck that, you know? So at night he would roll barrels, and then he would hop on the barrel, like he'd roll and run over there and jump on the barrel and try to balance on it. And then roll it back. And then finally he jumped, and then he landed like this. 1 foot like this, on the log, and he jumped over. He jumped over. Oh! See? If you came to do this regular, you're not gonna be doing it on a trick. This is called Russian hop. Russian hop or Russian boneless. Yeah, Russian boneless or Russian hop. Yeah, so if you can't do that shit, see if I can do it the other way. Switch. See if I can do it switch. Can't even do it switch. Yeah. Anyway, that tells you, yeah, I'm not flexible. I guess that's a new trick I can try. Just trying this, you know. Hop over. Yeah, I'm not flexible enough. So yeah. So where am I going with this? So not only have to land bolts on the hardware, I have to land so it's center. My feet is balanced. 50-50 on one side, 50-50 on another side. And my legs have to be strong. No shaky legs. Yeah. And you know, like sometimes they'll practice on stilts. The big stilts, they're just walking. Man, that's crazy. Like this I can do. I gotta hold on a little bit, but look. Right, look. See? If I can't do it on this side, I can't do it. Switch. It's crazy that I can't do it. Okay, so I can do it this way. I can bring it in. I can't bring it out. So I'll just practice bringing it in. Just practice bringing it in. That's something I could do while sitting around. I could practice that. Yeah, so that's my goal, you know? Land on middle. You know, no moving to front, toe or heels. Then straight, boom. Awesome. What if I could practice on the ground? can lay down maybe. Do this one first. Can't do it on this side though. The switch. Oh, I have to bend my knees out. And I can do it. If I put my knee in between. I guess that's the secret, in between my elbows. Tired already. Yeah. The simplest trick we overlook, you know, sometimes. Until you go try it. See the shade? The breeze? This is the problem, man, when I ride at home in front of the house. You get lazy, man. You just go in there and get some ice water. Sit in the shade, listen to some music. Like, that's what I love on a Saturday. We'll skate all, yeah, I mean not skate, but all day, you know. Practice my pumping and shit. You know what I mean? Because it's a long way home. It's a long way to get to the top of the vert ramp to drop in. It's a long way, but we're gonna do it. See his mama face? That's genuine. It's gonna be badass, man, when the day comes. We're gonna drop in just like that with that board. Loose like that. You know? Make it twice as hard. Can you imagine doing a frontside flip with that board on the vert ramp? Catch it. Come down just like the Tony Hawk game. It's gonna happen, baby. 100% guaranteed. It's gonna happen. When? Maybe 10 years? Maybe 20 years? But it will happen. That's how I am, man. When I set my mind to doing something, you know, let's say if God told me to walk to New York or ride my skateboard or whatever, to New York City and back, like he'll restore both of my eyes, no doubt about it. I'll be running up there packing my stuff right now. Well, that's if I don't have my dialysis. You know, I mean, it's just a dream, you know. Of course, I'm not gonna get my vision back or my kidney, so I'm already out two organs in my body, kidney and eyes. We still have plenty. We got 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 feet, 2 hands, 2 ears, nose, mouth, you know. You know, number. Yep. Oh yeah. That's the problem at home. I was telling my brother-in-law, it's too easy out here, you know. Got beautiful grass, beautiful shade, beautiful breeze coming in. But then the skateboard skill is like 0. But the mind is perfect. You know, you're nice and relaxed. But then the skateboard skills, it's not going up. It's actually, think of skateboarding, if you don't do it, think of it as like a battery in your phone, right? Like how every day, like it drains the battery. Same thing. Every day you don't ride a skateboard, your muscle dies, just like the battery draining, like if you don't charge it. So just think of it like that, like your body's a battery, and you need to charge it every day, you know? That means like go out, even doing this bullshit. Doesn't look much, right? But it's still better than nothing, you know? But unless at least it's not going down. Even if it stays the same, it's not going down, you know? So that's how I gotta look at it. Because a lot of us, you know, beginner skateboarders, that's what we do. Sometimes we, what do you call it? We overlook the simple things, you know? Like we want to get that next fucking 360 kick flip, nose manual, nollie flip out to hard flip into the bank, right? That's a goal, but you gotta look at your reality, right? As long as you're not going negative, it's good. Well, that's my excuses anyway. Just to make myself feel myself, just to make myself, just to make myself feel better. All right. People probably say, "Man, why are you screaming?" Because I'm excited. You know, when we get excited, our voice comes up. The energy flows. That was that dopamine from the brain. Like stimulate our brain, and we like, oh, like a kid, you know. Yeah. And that's what skateboarding means to me, you know, like a kid. I don't know. It's nothing like it. I'm glad I got it back though, man. I got my skate rat back, because it's the best feelings. Just be able to watch any kind of video and be like, just big smile on your face, just watching this one guy, he went to the snake run thing, he wasn't doing anything, he was just pumping, you know? And I feel like I was there just watching him skate, just like, best feeling, man. If you never had that feeling, skateboarding wasn't meant for you, man. I'm telling people all the time, dude, skateboarding has to pick you. You know, getting back to my kung fu movies again. You know, you ever see like the little kid get his mom and dad and his whole family murdered, and then he falls off a mountain or into a river, and then he comes up and a master finds him or something like that, or if he's older, he wants to learn, the master's like, nah, dude, you know, I gotta choose my pupil, right? I chose my pupil. You have to be chosen by the masters, right? Same thing, skateboarding, they have to choose you. Skateboarding has to choose you. If it doesn't choose you like that fall I did earlier, you're done. You're done, homie. Put a fork in it. You're done. No more skateboarding for you. But if you go out and eat shit, boom, boom, and it feels good. Like when I fell, it feels good, man. I need to fall to wake up, so I know there's pain. There's pain, and letting me know that skateboarding is hard. Well, you know why it's hard. Fucking cutting all my bushings up and then make it even harder. But until you get that skate rat feeling again, oh man, there's nothing anybody can tell you, man. Like you could just look at the skateboard. I could just sit there and stare at my skateboard all day. Be like, or the way I put stickers on my helmet, shit like that. Just like best feeling, you know, like no time limit, no pressure. Nobody tell you what to do. Nobody tell you to go in. Nobody tell you, you know, like that, Counting Crow, you know. Around here, we all stand up straight. Around here, something radiate. You know what I mean? Like, around here, we stay up very, very, very late. I can see nothing around here. Catch me if I'm falling. You catch me if I'm falling. You catch me if I'm falling down on my skateboard. Enough said, baby. That's it, man. All this shit is just like, for me, all this riding my skateboard, it's like gravy, man. I already ate my T-bone steak, you know? Medium well, you know what I mean? Medium well steak, T-bones. A little bit of French fries, curly fries on the side, or onion rings, whatever. And then the skateboard's like a steak sauce, right? You put it on top. Or eat that, or like after you're done with that, like a nice piece of like cheesecake, or like a strawberry cake, you know, with some like whipped cream on top, you know, or like a nice Starbucks Frappuccino with extra cream on the bottom, whipped cream on top, ice cold mixed up, and get that sweet on the bottom and sweet on top on a very hot day like today. Oh man. So every time I ride my skateboard, that's what it feels like. It's just like an extra. That's why you see me, I'm not in a hurry. You know what I mean? If I get it, I get it. Like I know what I need to work on, you know, the basic shit. Like my dog walk. We can dog walk in a minute, hopefully. Unless I fucking fall asleep or something and chicken out like I usually do. And make the video, you know, end the video, which I always do. So I'm run around, ride around, come back up here, maybe do like some dog walk. If I can get one dog walk from that end to this end, it's not gonna happen today, but we can try. I mean, without falling. But I'm gonna try anyway. Even if I fall, I'm gonna keep going, and then I'm gonna try to go backwards. And by then, probably be like, you know, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, whatever. Doesn't matter. Right now it's 3 o'clock. Right now it's 3. Because my clock is, my watch is 10 minutes fast. Yeah. You catch me if I'm falling. You catch me if I'm falling down. I don't want to be up there. Yeah, I love just music, like, you know, like a lot of slow songs, alternative songs, you know, like Creed, you know. Can you take me higher? Can you let me ollie higher? Over a fire hydrant on the street. Alright, I would like to switch ollie it. If I can't do that, I'll just do a regular kick flip over it. Cause I have a hunger that drives me to skateboard every day unless my body fails me. So let's go there. I said let's get there. Let's go to 4 Down Skate Park. Can you let me ollie higher? Do 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 do. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's awesome, man. That's why I love coming out here by myself. You know, people like think I'm crazy, man. Fucking crazy. Like, you know those guys? They're not crazy, man. The homeless people, dude, they live in the life, man. It's like me. It's by driving by saying, "What the fuck? That guy's crazy. Why is he sitting there dancing and shit by himself and singing?" You know? Why? Why not? When you meet death, when you meet the fucking Reaper, many times, I'm not talking about once, so many times, because I came to United States from the refugee camp. From Laos to refugee camp, you can die. My sister died. Two of my nephews died, and my niece died. Crossing the Mekong River, right? Going from Laos to not even that. Even in Laos, at night they got stray bullets. You know. Stray bullets can kill. You know, like the Slayer song. Stray bullets can kill, right? Yeah. Could have died there. Could have died when I was climbing one of these fucking mango tree. I was trying to get a mango or one of those shit on the edge. Fell off the branch. Good thing they had dirt floor. And they had these things, these sharp things, where they bury the like the monks, the high monks. They have their own tomb. They have these sharp things on top of it. Instead, I bounced off the side of it and fell on the ground. Could have died there. Could have died in Laos, stray bullets. Could have died coming to a refugee camp. Could have died at the refugee camp, because the refugee camp, they have all these firing squads. You can like, if they even suspicious, if they even have a little suspicious of you trying to jump the wall, they just take you, holding cell. The next day they take you to a firing squad, blindfold you, and just shoot you right there. No court hearing, nothing. Okay, you could die in a refugee camp. Could die starvation. Could die of diseases. All that time, the disease could have got me. Malaria, mosquitoes, parasites, lice. Fucking name every shit. That's why a lot of people, most people die in Vietnam, the Americans, because the mosquito bites, the malaria. Yeah, they die more malaria than the bullet shot, the bullet gun, right? Plus they didn't know how to survive in the jungle, you know. Only thing they knew was like free marijuana, right? And opium and shit. They were everywhere, right? So if you seen your friend like get their head blown off right next to you, it's like, fuck, it's a good time to get me some opium right now. You know? And you come here, that's why they just like, a lot of veteran, they're just like, fuck it, man. I'm just gonna give me a tent and go sleep under that bridge, man, you know? Like when you see death, like I tell you, life, like you come here, it's like an abundant, too much, man. It's like going to a Thanksgiving dinner when you only had like top ramen to eat or bologna sandwich to eat like all your life. And you go to a big, you know, Thanksgiving dinner, pumpkin pie, turkey stuffing, you know, all kinds of pies and cakes and sodas and drinks and coffee and tea and all kinds of fruits, grapes, cherries, oranges, watermelon, all kinds of vegetables, lettuce, carrots, you know what I mean? Like kinds of fruits, like avocado, I mean everything, the whole table is filled, right? So when those guys came from the war, man, that's what they see. They're like, I just want to go eat my bologna sandwich, you know? I have to pause it a little bit because every once in a while the fucking thing would take a shit on me. And then I have to talk all over again. I don't want to do that. You know how long my fucking stories is. I should just cap it off, you know? Fresh. One of my neighbor in California, his name is William. He was like almost, like probably 72 years old, 73. He was like pretty good, you know, he was pretty well off. Got veteran money, 1600. He got like, the fuck is that shit? They were like spraying that fucking, like the flamethrower. Anyway, like he got money for that shit too. So he's living good. He's getting $3,000-4,000 a month, living in like a $500 apartment studio, you know. And he would smoke like cheap ass cigarettes and drink like just cheap dark coffee, right? Because he says in the war, when he was in Vietnam, they would just get a 55 barrel drum and just pour in like 5 bags of coffee and just get the water and just boil the whole 55-gallon drum. You just wake up, you grab your cup, and just. So drinking that for years and years and years, so he's used to it. And yeah, he just wears like t-shirt like me and fucking jeans. Yeah. And he drives like an old like Mustang or whatever. Yeah. Where am I going with this? Oh yeah, back to death. Yeah, man, so you could die in a refugee camp. So when I came to the United States, man, it was like heaven, man. Oh, thinking about our younger years. It was only you and me. We were young and wild and free. Now nothing can take you away from me. Get over here, skateboard. You with me, baby. Wait. Alright. Rewind. Now nothing can take you away from me. Even down that even down that road before. But that's over now. We keep spinning the wheels and more. Skateboard is all that I need. When I found it there in my heart. Skateboard is all that I want. I'm in heaven. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's awesome, man. So anyway, so yeah, you know, and then I was playing tag in New York, I had this box on the bottom because I was holding on to this thing. I was jumping off like a 1.5 story up the side of the building. And I did it before, so I put a piece of box there so that way if I jump again, maybe if I fall I don't get hurt. So I let go because the guy was like trying to tag me. I let go and then I looked down, but my body went like, I dropped in and my body went like that. I dropped in and looked and it went like this, right on my face. So I gap right there. That was when I was 10 years old. Broke my tooth, my whole tooth, the roots, everything came off. And then another time we were playing tag. I was running across the metal beam on a burnt store, and I lost my balance. I fell off, and there was these rebars. You know the rebars, the metal rod that sticks out that you put in like the cement. Hundreds of them sticking up, and I fell on the door. Yeah, I fell on the door. Gonna die right there. And then just living in New York City, man, you know, running up and down, going to the arcade, the pizza place and everything, and you know, people fucking black dudes, black kids just running around shooting each other with guns and shit. You know, there's no social media back then, so you don't see it. But yeah, crime is actually worse than before. It's just now you see a lot of it because it's, you know, everybody has a fucking phone and everybody wants to be that person that has that viral video out. So that fucking where a lot, man. New York, and then we went to New Mexico. I thought I was cool. I had a #1 plate on my bike doing an ABA racing, and I tried to jump a double. And on the second one, on the hump, I hit like that. Boom! It flipped over. You know, busted my head. You know what I mean? Good thing I had a helmet. Could have broke my neck right there. I was at a skate contest in New York City, in Brooklyn. I went to see my brother like in the 90s. It was like an art show, skateboarding thing, and then they were closing at 2 in the morning. I didn't see there was a bike guy on the other side of the vert ramp. I dropped in, he dropped in. We both collided, busted my ankle, my right ankle. Shoe fell off. Boom. Fucking helmet flew off, everything. And it was on the other side of the Brooklyn Bank. The Brooklyn Bank is on the other side. That's why I parked. And the contest was in Queens. So I had to like surf on my fucking skateboard across the whole Brooklyn Bridge. Yeah, all the way across. Fucking like 3 in the morning. Yeah, man. Then I got in my car, drove to my brother's house. All limping and shit. You know. So then I got sick at 95. Got a headache for like three days straight. Went in and the nurse told me, you know, I was working at Trump Taj Mahal at the casino. I was a poker dealer. 24 years old. Best time of my life. Got fucking paid good. I was only paying like $200 for rent with my sister, an apartment. And then she cooked all the food and shit, just like how it is here. I know, right? Thank you, Jesus. Wasn't for God, man, I wouldn't have made all this shit. I'm telling you. So then, lost my thoughts. There's a car coming. Yeah, man. Then after that, went back home to New Jersey. On a weekend, I drove up to FDR, like the I-95. They made back then, in the 90s, early 90s, everybody, they wanted people to stay away from the Love Park and all that shit. So they made a little spot for the skaters under the I-95. The only thing they had was like a small pyramid in the middle, and a big pyramid on the left side, and a ledge like that went downhill. That's it. When I first went there, and then of course that ledge became like a small quarter pipe. Eventually, all these people did the DIY. Look how huge it is now. But anyway, when I went down there, after a while, they started building more and more. They had this like two wall like this, 8 foot tall. It's like 6 or 8 foot. I'm thinking it's at least 6 foot, maybe 7. I don't know, between 6 and 8. It curves like that. So I go up and do a blunt stall. And I came fakie and I got hung up like that. I wasn't wearing my helmet back then. Dropped straight from the top, all the way down, hit my head. Blacked out. Fucking her head was bleeding. And that whole time when I was out, I guess I made my way to the big curb on the side. Because I have a thing to sit down, just how I'm sitting down right now. On top of this bank. I remember like going in and out as I was walking up to the place. I was reliving the whole day, like getting up, brushing my teeth. I went to pick up my friend Sean. Like, he didn't know how to drive. He was only 16. He didn't have a driver's license, so pick him up, drive up to Skate the City in Philadelphia, Skate Love Park and all that shit, and then we went to the FDR. I did my line. Up until I did that blunt to fakie, when I hit my head, I woke up. As soon as I hit my head, I woke up like that. And blood was just dripping down my hand like that. So then I got in the car with my friend Sean. I started going up the New Jersey Turnpike up north, which is going towards New York, the south, which is to go to New Jersey, Atlantic City. And he didn't say anything, so next thing I know, I'm like, it says like Verrazano Bridge. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I could have died right there. You know. In 95, like I said, I was working at the casino. I had a headache for like 3 days. I was waiting to Taj Mahal. The nurse told me to go get my blood done, check. I go get my blood checked. Like 7 in the morning, we had a house phone back then, you know, there's no cell phone. I had a house phone, and they call and they're like, oh, this is Atlantic City hospital. You need to come in right away. It's like, all right, so we get there. My sister takes me, wait like 6 to 8 hours. They got me a little room. Sat in a room till like 8 o'clock at night. The doctor came in and says, hey, your kidney is only working 10%. I was like, okay. That's it? He goes, yeah, we're gonna put a little slice right here. That's where we can do your dialysis in like 3 months. I was like, okay. Because my mom did dialysis, so I knew what it was about, you know. I think that's how I got my bad kidney. My mom might have gave it to me, I don't know. They didn't know why it went out. Could have been high blood pressure. Could have been something. I'm always like an excited kid, you know. Did I get you some questions? Like, no? Can we go home? Yeah. So, that was October 95. January 96, I gained like 20 pounds of water when I couldn't breathe. My eyes were shut. Neck was huge. I couldn't even do this. Only way I could do is like that much, because it's all water. My knees, everything, all swelled up. Got my treatment first time, 96. Yeah. Then I got a transplant, kidney transplant, 98 on my mom's birthday, December 5th. I was actually at a skate contest in Ventura at a skate lab. And they called my name and shit. Not my name, but on my pager. That pager back then, you know. I was like, I don't know this number. It was on a Saturday. It's a good thing my friend had a cell phone. Back then, they were renting cell phone, right? Like business. He had a lethal skateboard. He's like, here, you can use my phone. So I was like, I'm not gonna put $3, you know, to call this fucking number, because it's in Santa Ana, you know, Orange County. We're up in LA County, or Ventura County. Like, fuck it. So they asked me if I want to get a kidney and all that shit. So I was like, alright. So I got that. And then after a while, 98 till like, it rejected in 2006. And before before my kidney got rejected, they had to do a biopsy on the new kidney. It's right here. See, here's a scar. See the scar? Right here, scar. So they stuck a needle right here. And it could have nicked my main artery. Or something, I don't know. So the dialysis, I mean the kidney department was on the 6th floor. I was in the 1st floor. They ran down the stairs. I saw one of the guys' face like white, right, like ghosts. He goes, "You all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, why? What happened?" Like, "Nothing." They're like, "Come on, tell me what happened." He goes, "Well, they did the same procedure on someone before you, and the person died, bled to death internally." I was like, "Okay, nice to know." You know, missed another bullet there. I mean, I could go on and on and on, man. That's just like that. Then that was like 2006 and shit, you know. I mean, I did home dialysis. I mean, videos can go like fucking 10 hours, dude. I keep going, you know. Anyway, my whole point is, when you see the Grim Reaper coming for you, knocking on your door too many times, when you get to a point where you're not scared of death, not like going out there and be like fucking the Punisher and shit, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying like just being able to go ride my skateboard and shit like that, you know, like basic shit. Having like enough money to buy, you know, skateboard and shit. And so that's why my goal now, my goal has always been to help others, you know, other kids. Because when I came to New York City, I had nothing. Just shorts, t-shirt, socks, and shoes. That's it. I have nothing. You know? Nothing. Didn't know how to speak English, anything. You know? And people donate clothes to me and stuff like that, or to our family, or we go out in the middle of the night. Because Laos is 12 hours different. The nighttime for us here would be daytime over there. So nighttime, midnight and shit would run out and like grab like a black and white TV or, you know, like a bed or whatever people throw out, you know. And we were like getting some big ass, some roller skate, has like size 6 and shit, trying to put it on, trying to learn how to ride, you know, roller skate. Learn how to ride a bike, had no bike seat, no chain, nothing, you know. And the front wheel, like the nuts off, like you pick up a handlebar, the wheel goes forward and you just eat shit. But since it's uphill, you don't need to push or pedal. Just get on the side of the bike frame, and just let go and just run into the trash bags to stop. That's how I learn how to ride a bike, you know. So coming from that kind of a background, nothing phases me, dude. Especially now, like, you know, I'm not suffering anymore as far as like financial and everything like that, you know, because I mean, I'm lucky to have my sisters here. Hopefully they live for a long time, because, you know, when they go, it's like, because they're in almost their 70s. When they go, I don't know what's going to happen, you know what I mean? Where am I going to go? I don't know. But only God knows, right? I made it this far, you know, 54 years old. And every day, man, just gonna enjoy. You know what I mean? Enjoy the ride. I mean, so I'm not in a hurry, man. I mean, in the long haul, you know, for skateboarding, because not only that, keeps me active, keeps me healthy. I mean, I've been on dialysis for a long time. I'm still on dialysis now. I go tomorrow on a Friday, you know. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 hours on the machine, and another hour, you know, holding and shit, whatever. And I go early too. My chair's at 9:30 in the morning. I wake up like 6 in the morning. I go there like 6:30 in the morning, just sit outside, just listen to music, stretch my legs or whatever. Do a little bit of like jumping jacks and shit like that. A little press like this, because there's a chair that you can go like that. You know, just little shit like that. And like when people come, you know, they have like a door button to open. I open the door for them. They're all happy, right? You know, just little things. Little things I can do, you know, to make somebody's life better. And that is the goal. Like, the goal is like, that's why like my board's not even scratched up, okay? So I told the guy Will at the skate shop, wow, I'm gonna put new bushings on here. So I'm gonna donate this whole complete next month. You put better bushing, you know, the real bushing. And then, you know, like, you give this to some kid, right? He'd be stoked, right? Look, Swiss bearings, you know what I mean? Brand new board. Every month you can buy a brand new setup, you know? from him. And then every month I'm just gonna donate that board to whoever, because of all the things that I've been through, and many people have helped me. I've been blessed. God's been watching me, even though I didn't know anything about who Jesus was. He's been helping me and guiding me all these years, and I'm finally settled in a place where He wants me to be. And finally, I want to keep the skateboarding community here alive. I want Will to succeed in his skate shop. And I want like the skate park to succeed, and show people positive examples of like people. If you can do it, do it. Like the other day we were talking about some shit. Oh, a BMW, I think it was a BMW X6 or something, was cruising by. My brother-in-law was coming back from church, and he was saying, damn, that thing's probably like 120 grand, right? I was like, fuck, about 120 grand? My sister's like, what would you do with it? I was like, I wouldn't buy it to spend it on a car. What I would do is I would keep like $1,000 envelope with me all the time, a couple, whatever. And there was this lady, she takes the trash out at dialysis, really nice lady, super nice. She has kind of like a beat up truck, I know $1,000 is not gonna do much, but maybe I could just give her that, or maybe give her like 10,000 so she could buy a car or whatever, just. And then like, give like $1,000, to like Will at the skate shop, and then keep buying like completes. And then completes for myself every month, or like I'm doing right now, and then just give it away and stuff. You know what I mean? And that's what I would do. Instead of buying a nice ass cars, I want to help out the community. Because when I was a kid, not kid, but after I got addicted to skateboarding, because my country, Laos, back then in the 90s. Was never like a lot of country out there never heard of skateboarding. You know what I mean? It wasn't big. Everything was. That's the reason I moved to California in 1990, 92, because skateboarding, and that's the only way you can get exposed out there. Get in the magazine and video and whatever. But now since it's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and all that shit, now you can just do it anywhere. So that's what I was doing earlier. I was watching these Thai skateboarders, like one of them, I guess like 3 of them are gonna be in the Olympics in 2028. So they were doing a little vlog and shit, so it was super cool. But I like to see like Laos, people from Laos to be on the map, but it's poor over there, I think a skateboard over there is like $500 for a complete, so very hard to get. I mean, it's $250 here. I mean, the one I get, like, if you got this board, this is $85 for this board. So you're taking $50 for Spitfire wheels, $65 for Swiss bearings, and Indy trucks are like $60 a set. So yeah, and then whatever, a couple dollars for bolts, $5 for grip tape. Adds up. But yeah, that's what I want to do. I was gonna go to Laos, like get a bunch of old boards and everything, and like teach all these little kids, get them away from the war and shit. Like, I'm just glad that I made it here to America, It was a long journey, but I made it. And I have a privilege. Not I have a privilege, but I don't know how to say it, like, I'm honored, to help out others now, especially kids, because skateboarding, believe it or not, is mostly wrecked up homes, dysfunctional homes and stuff like that. They'll ride the skateboards because they come out here and they put all their heart and soul into skateboarding and all the energy, and that's how they're so good, And a lot of people have a dysfunctional family, I mean, look at Chad Muska, right? His dad and his mom and shit, they would smoke pot with him and shit when he was a kid, you know? You know what I mean? But thanks to skateboarding, he became a successful, you know? Now he's just a farmer, you know? Like, he sees the bad, the good, the bad thing. Now he sees the simple things in life, and he loves it, you know? Same thing with me. Anyway, now I'm just ranting. Another icy orange juice. I know. Gotta be limited to my potassium, but so good, man. This is good. Orange juice is good for you, like if you cramp up. If your leg cramp up. And like if you like diabetic or your blood drops, orange juice is like the fastest shit to get it up, you know. Get rid of leg cramps, any kind of cramp, stomach cramp or shit, then raise your blood pressure up, you're diabetic. Yeah, I was thinking, some people might think I'm just like bullshitting, right? Trying to say I'm balling and everything, right? Get $250 boards, giving away every month. No. See this shirt? You get these Gildan 100% from Walmart. They're like $250 each, and it's stencil and spray paint. So my shirt's like $3. And see these? These are Airwalk. You can get at Walmart. $20 for these shoes. Of course, gotta take the insoles out of them, cause we're hardcore like that. Yeah, so $20 for skate shoes, $3 t-shirts. Wall pants, I got these Wranglers. This is like $30, but the pants last a long time, you know. And then socks, you know, the Hanes crew, whatever. As far as clothing, I don't give a shit. But I tell people don't skip out of skateboards, you know. Without a good skateboard setup, you know what I mean? It's skateboarding with Low. It's not fucking fashion show with Low, you know. We just get the basics. And then this watch, I got this watch because this is mechanical. It's not accurate. It tends to go fast, so you gotta rewind it a little bit. But I don't have to buy batteries anymore. Yeah, batteries are like $15 to $25 each. Every year you gotta replace it. I had a G-Shock. Yeah, that pissed me off because everywhere you go is like, you know, they want to rip your ass off putting a battery in. I mean, I could buy a battery watch tool, but anyway, yeah. I've always been like that. Like growing up, people would be like buying expensive shit, you know, Nike shoes and all that, polo shirts and shit like that. I would buy like cheap shit, and I was always saving my money for like trying to buy bike parts or bike and bike parts, upgrade the bike parts. And then when I got to skateboarding, I just saved money for skateboard. Just skateboard, you know, just the deck mostly. I didn't really care about the trucks or the wheels or bearings or whatever back in the day. It was just more like the deck, you know, like when the decks come out, like I want it, you know. Especially the decks were nice back then, you know. I remember there was a Randy Coben sensor. First time they ever censored a skateboard. He had a drawing of a girl fingering herself, right? Playing with herself. And it came in a black trash bag at Sidewalk Surfer in Scottsdale, Arizona in 1990, right? Like 90, 91. Came in a black trash bag. I think there were only like 3. They came in. And the lady Sandy, she was the owner. She had them on the ground. And then they had a yellow stickers with black writing. It says censorship is weak as fuck. And I was the first one there. Like as soon as I got out of school. Not even out. Like as soon as I got out, I drove to Sidewalk Surfer. Busted out my money and got that board. Yeah. Yeah, it was sick. It's a World Industry board. Randy Coben. Some girl fingering herself. That's me, man. You know? That's the problem today, man. We could get caught up, you know, in the political and, you know, diversity, equity, and, you know, all that shit. Inclusive, and you get blinded by that shit. You know, you watch too much of that shit. I just watch it because what am I gonna do at dialysis? Well, I'm just sitting there in a chair for like 3 hours. What am I gonna do, you know? So I usually watch some bullshit about video game industry and movie industry and all that shit, just for entertainment, just to pass time, you know? But as far as like my video and all that shit, I don't bring that shit up, you know? It's useless, you know? Like I said, I've seen death too many times, and he could be knocking on my door anytime. But until then, we're gonna always keep on rolling, baby. You know what I mean? Because running water don't go stale, you know? They're here, they're here.
Buy some beef to make a beef jerky for our king, because he not home 1 week, and make sure he has something to eat so he doesn't have to be like homeless.
Queen Day, what you get?
Oh, Queen have the boot, the shoes.
Again?
And they say, I don't
DSW shoes?
buy
Again?
we don't buy nothing, okay? We say we go,
Yeah.
buy nothing.
Uh-huh.
But almost $200 today.
Wow.
Plus the food and me and whatever.
Okay.
Okay.
Guess that end of that video, baby. Go out and visit your loved ones. The dead don't need nothing. Always have fun. You have seen have fun, see me quit. Just keep on rolling, running water don't go stale. Keep it on the ground, lay it for you and me.
Get ripped off.
What happened?
$2 for two, $4 for two, one for $3.
Oh wow.
Does that make sense?
Big red.
There were 2 for 4. 2 for 4.
That code.
1 for 3. 1 for 3 new egg.นี่ flying สำหรับขี่ขึ้นยนต์บ่ให้ตีนไข่บ่ให้ตีนไข่ and บ่ซื้อหยังดอกเด้อผู้เพย์ ask ผู้เพย์ thank you sir
ซื้อลายให้พวกนี้
เอาซื้อซีนมาเฮ็ดโลดซื้อซีนมาเฮ็ดโลดแล้วก็ซื้อตีนหมูอีกเด้ว้าวไปเห็นตีนหมู3 อันเอาหมดเลยเดี๋ยวจะเอาพูดเด้อบ่พูดเอาเข้ามาเอาสิเอาเฮ็ดให้โลหิวซอยเฮ็ดจะไปเฮ็ดเอาสิ2 ก้อนนะคะว่าคืนน่ะ
เอาเพื่อนโอเปนกระดาษ
เป็นเจ้าของรถพุ่นละเนาะ
เวลาบอนี่
เจ้าของรถบ่เปิดได้จังได๋ซั่นน่ะ
Always have fun, baby. One for the road, baby.